Do you know that feeling when you're trying to lose weight and you're so fucking hungry all the time that it drives you crazy? You eyeball the sweets and the chips and the cake until eventually your willpower, it just wears out and you grab it and eat it against your will, and it ruins your fat loss progress for the day. Before I tell you about my diet plan that literally removes hunger from my life, I need to explain to you where I got it from first. What do these fitness influencers on screen have in common? I'm gonna tell you, they all sell protein powders, protein bars, and protein cookbooks. So when they make a video that is focused on diet, the entire point of the video is to sell you the product that they have. What's the problem with that? You can never take the advice seriously because the main intention of the video is to make profit. I fucking, I became aware of it. I thought, okay, no way that in every single video that they make, it always leads to buy my cookbook because that's going to help you lose weight. It was stupid, right? So then I looked for other influencers and I stumbled across Hamza Ahmed. Everyone knows him now. He's the #1 self-improvement YouTuber in the world. Funnily enough, you see that this guy doesn't sell any consumable items, right? So that was someone I thought, okay, listen, I might be able to take his diet advice seriously because who knows? He might be the one to just tell the truth and it's going to help me lose weight. It was interesting. I started following Hamza's advice and I made significant progress, and I'm going to share you in this video exactly what I did, and you're going to copy it and you're going to replicate the results for yourself. I'm going to tell you what I used to eat when I was younger. So I would wake up in the morning and I had already prepared protein oatmeal, which I got from a cookbook. So you grab oats and you put protein powder and milk, and then you mix it and you put it in the fridge, and then overnight you let it rest, and then in the morning you can eat it. So I would start my day off by eating that, right? As soon as I would leave for school, on the way there, I would go in the pantry and eat those fruit biscuits because I was hungry still from eating that food, right? So then I would be on my way to school. I would get to school, do a few lectures, and it would be time for lunch. So I would go inside my lunchbox and I would have 2 peanut butter sandwiches with another one of those biscuit packages. So one of those packages had like 3 biscuits. Calorie-wise, I was doing okay, but hungry-wise, I was being fucked. I was being fucked royally from eating like that. So I'd come back from school, beg my mother, okay, please make the dinner because I'm literally starving and I cannot overeat because I cannot go over my calories. And my mother would make the dinner and it would be chicken and rice with a bunch of vegetables. Super healthy, good for the calories. I would start eating it and I would be still fucking starving. I would still be starving from eating that. There's no way that that was going to satiate my hunger. So I'd leave for the gym, get my workout done, but I used so much energy during the workout that I return home and I'm so freaking hungry that I literally grab anything that I see and I consume it, ruining my caloric deficit, meaning the entire day I was so disciplined with the calories and I went to the gym, but then at the end of the day, I fucked it up. I screwed myself. So another interesting key point that you need to note down, how many times a day was I eating? So the protein oats, the biscuit, the lunch at school, the dinner at home, and then the final meal that fucked me up. So 5 times a day. Now I'm going to share with you exactly my diet plan, how I eat right now. So I wake up at about 5:50 in the morning to go to school. I eat once. I go to school, do my entire day. I return at home, and about 5 or 6 p.m., I eat again. And then for the entire day, I don't touch any food anymore. And I'm going to put a list here on the screen of all of the foods that you're allowed to eat on my diet plan. And then it's just free fire. So in the morning, for example, what I do sometimes is like 5 eggs and an avocado with like 40 grams of nuts, right? And then for dinner, I'll do 200 grams of chicken thighs and you're done for the day. The diet consists of eating no carbs, no junk food, and eating only once or twice a day. So fasting in between with nothing in between except water. That is my diet. You're going to choose the foods from the list. You're going to fast and you're only going to eat once or twice a day. And that is exactly the diet plan that's going to remove hunger from your life. And I'm going to explain to you why that happens in the next step. Okay, so now you're probably asking yourself, why does this work? So let's look at a primal human. Primal humans, they used to kill animals and eat their flesh, and that was their nutritional source. But when the winter came, the animals disappeared, so they had to prepare somehow, right? Humans are smart. So before the winter came, they would start eating fruits, and fruits allowed them to add body fat onto their frame. When you have a higher body fat percentage, what that means is you're less likely to starve and you won't have it as cold in the winter. 2 things that increase their likelihood of survival during winter times. Flash forward to now. Our bodies didn't change, just our behavior did. When you eat the fruits, the same thing will happen. But what won't happen is you will not die in the winter because you're cold, because you have electric heating. You will not die of starvation because food is literally in abundance right now. So the foods, they didn't change. Our bodies didn't change. Our behavior did. What we're doing nowadays, we're using the carbs and now junk food as well to prepare ourselves for the winter that is coming. So we're storing excess body fat onto our frames, but the winter's never going to come. We won't ever have those problems. The body can always use carbs and junk food, for example, to create excess body fat and keep it as excess energy. But we won't need that energy, so it just keeps on adding and adding and adding. And now we have obese people. There were never any obese people, just now because we're eating so much carbs and so much junk food. So now you're asking yourself, okay, why is that different for fats and protein then? Why should we just eat those things? Protein will be used for your muscle building synthesis. Protein has actual purpose. Fat has purpose in creating hormones. Carbs and junk food, they don't really have that much purpose. Carbs, it will just spike your insulin. No matter if it's rice, no matter if it's cake, any carb will spike your insulin. And when your insulin is spiked, it tells your body, store excess body fat because the winter is coming. We need to make use of it. Understand that when you cut junk food and when you cut carbs from your diet, you will naturally start to lose fat because you're using the excess energy sources that are onto your body. When you don't do that, when you constantly keep eating the carbs, the protein meals, the protein oats, when you eat the sandwiches and when you eat the rice, you're simply instructing your body to spike its insulin. And when the insulin is spiked, the glucose from those carbs, it will be used to create fat, whether you want that or not. So you could be in a caloric deficit and whatnot, but when you keep spiking that insulin up, it destroys you. Now you're asking yourself, okay, why does that cause hunger? I'm going to get into biology with you right now real quick. When insulin spikes up from eating the carbs, leptin drops, and leptin is the hormone that tells you you're full. You literally turn off the hormone that tells you you're full because you want to spike your insulin with carbs. And now I'm not saying to never eat carbs again. I understand that if you're gaining weight, carbs are amazing. You can eat more, right? But when you're trying to lose weight, it's just against the point. Carbs were made so that you can add body fat onto your frame. When you want to lose body fat, cut the carbs out and make sure you cut the junk food out as well. Because when you put crisps in your mouth and ice cream, the body doesn't know what to do with it. You think your body's going to use it to stimulate your muscles or create hormones? No, it's just going to store it as body fat. You literally do this to yourself. You now know everything about my diet plan that I use to remove hunger. But my success is even greater because I always focus on my mental health as well. Click on this video that I created and it's going to tell you how you can use your mental health to improve your fat loss results even further. My name is Danny and I want to help improve your life one level at a time. Click on the like, subscribe, and make sure you join my free private community in the description. Goodbye.